Here at the EPI Forum in Barcelona, the European Processor Initiative, I'm meeting up with Roger Espasa, and he is the Managing Director of Semidynamics. And the subject of our conversation is focusing on RISC-V. Can you explain me, what exactly is the role of RISC-V in this whole initiative?
Right, first thank you for having me, and the use of RISC-V is really important in the context of Europe and in particular EPI, because the RISC-V is an open standard, as most people will know. Mm-hmm. And the fact that it's an open standard means that any European worldwide company, any institution can take it and go do an implementation. So that is an important freedom that anyone can start once. So if you're thinking about Europe, where we don't have technical sovereignty, where all our CPUs, all our computes come from the United States normally, or indirectly from ARM UK, RISC-V is giving us the technology to say we can do our own CPU, our own GPU, our own packet processing infrastructure. So the reason why RISC-V is important is because it enables us to create something from scratch that is fully European and can support the goals of EPI.
Now the RISC-V architecture, open as you said, available for everyone to pick up, etc. It is now 10 years, I think, 11, 12 years, you know, since it was launched, the whole RISC-V ISA. Is it already mature enough to play such a huge role in the EPAC, which is one of the accelerator the EPI is working on, the European Processor Initiative? It's one of the subjects. Is it RISC-V powerful enough? Is it mature enough?
The global answer is yes. RISC-V started, and you'll see many things that are microcontrollers, smaller CPUs. But over these 10 years of maturity or growth, it has been occupying more and more space. So what you see is like a grassroots movement. It's coming from the bottom and taking more and more of the compute space. In the particular case you're asking, EPAC, the accelerator, as the name implies, so I'll repeat myself, it's an accelerator, so it's not the main host CPU. For people listening, you could think about the GPU if you want. Mm-hmm. The GPU has a lot of freedom in how you do things, and freedom equates innovation, meaning because you can change things, it's the right place to put RISC-V because you are trying to accelerate a certain job, be it HPC, be it AI, be it something else. And the RISC-V ability to change things and say, we need to improve this particular benchmark, we'll do it this way, that's where RISC-V shines. And so it makes complete sense that the accelerator part is in RISC-V today. But in general, the maturity is yes, and there are companies out everywhere in the planet announcing RISC-V solutions from the very bottom all the way to servers. So the global answer is yes, and for Europe, it's yes. We need to use and continue to use RISC-V.
Yeah. Now with Semidynamics, you are a RISC-V company, so to say, and you are involved with the EPAC, the accelerator, etc. Where are we with EPAC? I think there's already some silicon available.
Correct.
But is that the end, or is there more resource, or are there other versions expected?
In our business, one silicon is never the end. It's always continuing. You're correct. There's actually 2 versions of the silicon already out. In that silicon, we, Semidynamics, contribute the RISC-V CPU, and we're very happy. And there's many partners that contribute other pieces. All of that went into silicon. It was challenging and fun at the same time to get also many different partners contributing and putting together our technology. And this has been in use in the lab and in software analysis and performance analysis and software porting, so that's going well. Your second part of the question was what's coming next. There's more coming next. It's not for me to reveal yet, otherwise the press, the people from EPI would be upset at me. But yeah, there's more coming, and the work never stops. When you send something to silicon, think of it as a photograph. You take a photograph of your work and you send it to silicon, and many months go by. Meanwhile, you don't go to the beach, unfortunately. You keep working, and while you keep working, the technology keeps advancing, and then sometime later you decide to make the next photograph and print it again in silicon, right? So that's where we are now, in the middle of two photographs, developing the technology further and getting ready for the next moment when it makes sense to send to silicon.
One of the big objectives of EPI is to get companies, research institutes, and players in the market involved in this whole movement. It's funded by the European Union, to create an independent development on processors in Europe. You feel that with all the effort putting in, we're actually getting there? Is there a demand from the market where you say, okay, this is interesting? Is the market looking at the EPI, or how do you feel that?
There's two parts to the question. The first one is a solid yes, so it has been a success. I can speak for ourselves. We were doing something else when we got invited to join EPI, and thanks to EPI, we've developed technology, and this technology is now on the worldwide market. So, big congratulations to EPI and EU for pushing and saying we need technology that's European and that goes to the world. So that, check, achieved, check, and went with honors, right? Second part, we met within EPI other European technology companies that we didn't know about. We knew them, we knew that they were strong, that they had the capabilities, and we have been collaborating since. As we go to the market, sometimes we need their help, or to be more correct, our customers need help, and we can say, hey, we have this partner in Europe that could help you. So this is happening also as a result of the push from EPI. So total success in that aspect. The last part of your question was, is there demand that people are looking at EPI? I think the way EPI is going to the market is that each individual company is pushing the results of EPI as a company. So yes, I think that's how it's happening, that's how it's succeeding. The actual object, that's the joint collaboration of many, is a lot more difficult to market because it contains pieces from a lot of people. But I think overall, my summary is a total success.
Looking at the requirements for EPI to turn it into, I know you cannot speak for the whole EPI, of course, but do you feel that all the requirements are there to make the EPI successful?
I think the requirements are there. The difficulties are enormous. Silicon is not an easy business. Developing silicon takes a lot of time, takes multiple generations. We used to say at previous companies that I worked for, that I shall not name, that the first generation is never really a product success. It usually is a technical success, and then your customers are watching, saying, well, show me that it works, and then maybe in your second generation I buy it. That's where we are, right? We are getting over that first generation, building, let me use the word reputation, meaning convincing our customers, look guys, what we built is useful, does work, and you can start trusting us. And then as we go forward, then the customers will say, okay, now that I see that this is solid and has a future, now I'm buying with money. So that's where we are in this transition from the first generation towards the future. And it's always, I must be an optimistic, but it's always hard to predict, but it's looking good. But, everything can change, of course.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your quick comments on your RISC-V and EPI and everything happening here. I hope you have a good forum here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.